In 1945, Korea gained independence from Japan after 65 years of Japanese occupation. Then, in June 25, 1950, the Korean War broke up and Korea had little time to enjoy the peace. The war took a toll of 5 million casualties. The Koreans had to fight for liberation and democracy. Nothing but education was the highest priority. Despite the war's devastation, the government still invested money in education. This dedication to and investment in education produced a highly trained workforce, which became the impetus for Korean turnaround. While struggling to recover from the ruins of the war, Korea was forced to rely on foreign aid.
One of the most influential persons in Korea in the development of the economy was President Park Chung-hee.
In order to spur economic growth, he changed the policies from imports to exports, also known as the First Five-Year Plan.
He tried his best to improve the economy, to build up the economy, to make the Korean economy one of the fastest growing economies in the world. But at that time, Korea was very poor.
My friends actually didn't bring our lunchbox.
And therefore, President Park tried his best to get money to invest in the economy in order to build up some of the key industries in the economy. At that time, he tried to approach two countries. One is the United States, the other one was West Germany. President Kennedy of the United States refused to lend any money to President Park because he regarded President Park as a military dictator, and he thought that giving money, giving help to a military dictator is not a good idea. So he didn't give any money to Korea for development. At that time, West Germany was more sympathetic to the difficulties and situations of Korea, because West Germany realized that both Germany and Korea were divided into two parts of the country after World War II. West Germany changed the condition for the loan, saying that Korea would have to send 5,000 coal miners together with 2,000 nurses to West Germany to work over there. Eventually, President Park got enough of workers to be sent to West Germany, and because of that, President Park was able to receive the money
flow from West Germany. The government was able to obtain loans by pledging to funds as collateral. Textile, wigs, and needlework developed rapidly, creating a momentum for the economic growth, guiding the economy with policies such as rationalization of exchange rates.
At the advice of the Chancellor of West Germany, President Park built a highway running from Busan in the south to Seoul. And because of the highway, the economy got the incentive to develop two very important industries. The first one was car industry. The other one was steel industry. And these two industries had contributed quite a lot to the development of the economy.
So a lot of people were dead, and then a lot of teenagers, they have to work at a really, really poor environment for cheaper wages, right? So these are kind of the things people has to sacrifice to achieve, we call the Korean miracle.
The new community movement, also known as the Sai Mall movement, began in the 1970s. The Korean government was virtually bankrupt, but the support provided by the government was used effectively by Koreans to improve their living standards. About 300,000 villages in Korea received free cement. For the next 2 years, only villages that showed promise were provided additional cement. The people cast off self-doubt and gained confidence that anything was possible, which nurtured hope for a brighter future.
We exported a lot.
Korea was able to
Can earn a lot of dollars, foreign assets.
expand its GDP and also the per capita GDP, and with that, the Korean people was able to improve and raise their income.
In October 1973, the Yom Kippur War broke out, with the price of raw materials skyrocketing. This was a critical blow to Korea, since it didn't have a drop of oil. The Korean government used the construction boom in the Middle East, which resulted from the skyrocketing oil prices, dispatching workers to the region and constructing $10 billion worth of building material, and used the oil crisis to stimulate economic growth. After the first oil shock, Korea invested heavily on steel, oil, chemical, machinery, and shipbuilding industries, while in response to the second oil shock, Korea boldly restructured their economy. Their strategy was right on target. The phenomena of the three lows. The devaluation of US dollars, low oil prices, and low interest rates. It helped the Korean economy to flourish in the 1980s.
It's kind of successful because people didn't have to worry about the poverty anymore after several decades.
After 33 years of economic development efforts, Korea became the member of the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, OECD, in 1996. In July 1997, the Asian financial crisis started in Thailand and spread throughout Asia like a wildfire. On November 21, 1997, Korea applied for relief assistance from IMF, International Monetary Fund. My interview said that at around 1997, Korea applied for relief assistance from the IMF, and that the people of Korea contributed things like earrings, gold necklaces, and also ring bands to the government in order to help the crisis and used as repayment.
I've collected more than $2 billion donated by other people. That's gold.
Hubert Nyes headed the IMF team that worked with the Korean government to perform economic triage, working night and day at a hotel in Seoul. With reporters camped in the lobby, the two sides created a recovery plan within a week.
In order to overcome the financial crisis, the IMF actually gave us, the Korea, the bailout. The largest bailout means, as far as I know, $58 billion.
Korea's foreign exchange reserves, which had dwindled to a mere $3.9 billion at the time of the financial crisis, but surged to $99 billion in September 2001. Repayment to the IMF began in 1998, but was completed in August 2001 with a final installment of $350 million in just 3 years. During the time Korea escaped from dire poverty, it has now become a world power of global corporations.